Hey friends, welcome back. Boy, it's been a while, hasn't it? I think my last backpacking video was almost a year ago, October of 2020, when I went up to Manistee River Trail in Michigan. Happy to be back at it. I've had a big year, bought a house, bought a new car, Subaru Forester Sport. In future videos, you're gonna see my new partner over here quite a bit. So I'm out here in Bryce Canyon National Park in southern Utah. I've been out here for the last several days. I did some overlanding and camping in the Moab Desert. Did some awesome off-roading in that thing. You know, light off-roading, nothing too serious, but that was fun. Did some mountain biking. I have a mountain bike now. There'll be another video for that coming out soon. But I'm doing a quick one-nighter here in Bryce Canyon National Park. I got here kind of late, about 4:30 p.m. and it gets dark at about 7:30. So I just packed everything up in my pack, and here it is about 5 o'clock, 5:30. So I got a couple hours yet. Thankfully, my campsite is only about a mile and a half in. So I purposely had the ranger pick me out one where I didn't have to hike too far in because I didn't want to hike after dark. But we'll do some sightseeing in the morning too. But yeah, welcome back. I'm glad to be back. Come along for the hike. Well, I'm only about a quarter mile in, coming down this hill. I started off, couldn't find the trail. I was going down this steep hill. It's like, man, these trails suck. And I realized I was not on the trail. But got a decent view here so far. But man, see all those dead trees? My campsite's only a mile and a half in. Can't be too far away. Hope I'm not sleeping in zombie tree land. That looks pretty dangerous. Only trees following me in the middle of the night. But hopefully it's a better spot. We'll see. We'll check in here in a little bit. By the way, this does look like fire burn. It doesn't look too widespread. Like, I don't think this whole canyon was on fire. Maybe it's just very small. I don't think it would have been a controlled burn because these giant trees are toast. But I don't know. Ooh, there's a roadblock. They put a side trail over here. Go around it. I always appreciate these. Look at that. Giant wall of sand, it looks like. This whole southern Utah area, I haven't done any research at all, but it predominantly looks predominantly like sandstone to me. All the arches I saw at Arches National Park were sandstone, and there's sand everywhere. This was like a former ocean basin. Millions of years ago, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's more fire burn down here. Here's a cool opening. What if I'm over by this ledge? I don't know. The ranger told me that this site doesn't have the best views, but in the morning I can walk down that way to get some better views. I'll get some shots for you there in the morning. But yeah, we're back here in the trees, it looks like. Got to hurdle this without you. Well, we're about a half mile in. We come from basically where you see the sun kind of setting up there. Walk through all the dead trees. Got a lot more to go through here, but still got a mile to go. So maybe we'll be out of these dead trees by then. hopefully over here by this canyon. So we have officially hit the Bryce Canyon wilderness area. Wilderness area. I can never say that, man. Wilderness area. And then there was light. Getting to the edge of the dead trees, hopefully, but I'm 3/4 of a mile in, so halfway there. I see nothing but open skies ahead, so maybe that's good news, hopefully. This is way awesome. I'm seeing trees that are alive up here. In a giant canyon. Got about a little over half mile to go. Back at you in a few. That is my campsite. Swamp Canyon. The ranger told me you turn right here and it's not very far. I don't know, I hope it's further than this. My GPS says I'm only a mile in, but the ranger told me this site wasn't very far down this trail. I'm seeing dead trees. I don't know, we'll see. Still going. My watch says we have about a 1/4 mile to go. I'm out of the burn and into the green. Hell yeah. Keep this going for a second because I've shown you nothing but dead trees so far. It's actually pretty through here. Except we got some young aspen starting to turn yellow. I think they're aspen. They got the white bark. And we'll get into these big pines. Bryce Canyon is known for its ancient Ponderosa Pines. Definitely not a tree expert, but I'm assuming that's what these are. That's a big one. Apparently some of these trees in this park are like thousands of years old, which is pretty cool. Man, there's burn down here too. Just the bases, thankfully. Looks like it was controlled on this end. Ooh, I see a sign. I bet this is my campsite. Good to deal. Food prep down there. Campsite up here. By the way, there are black bears here. My pack's a little heavier than normal because A, carrying a bunch of water. I have to carry more water than most people. As most of you know, I'm a kidney transplant recipient. And I have to drink more water than most people, so my packs are heavy because of water. But I keep my gear really light. I have really good gear to make up for that. But anyway, they also require bear canisters here. Not because the bears are problems. I think the ranger told me that the bears are not problems because of the bear canisters. She said they are not habituated to humans. And she said she doubts if I see a bear at all my entire trip here. So, but I'm bear aware. I know how to not leave any scented items in my camp, put everything in the bag, in the bear canister. And I'll probably just take it down to the food prep site, store it there for the night. Well, this is it. No hammocks allowed in the park. So this is a tent camping night. I like it. It's a big dead one right there. These over here are pretty much very alive, so I feel pretty safe. Probably do that top one. Everything behind it is alive. Everything in front of it's alive. And the only dead ones are right over there. And if they fell this way, don't know if that one would hit me or not. It would definitely hit me on this one. I might do that one actually. There's no chance of anything hitting me there. Go up here and look at this one. I think what's going to win is where I can find the flattest spot, because every one of these tent pads are on a hill. Well, as you can see, I chose the top pad after all. I guess that tree right there could come and maybe decapitate me, but it looks pretty strong at the bottom, but there's no wind, but who knows. Anyway, there were no flat spots here at all. I thought that might have been flat, but I'd have been rolling sideways, which sucks in a tent. This one I'm kind of downhill, but I'd rather have my head high. And to kind of counteract that, let me know if any of you guys have ever done this before. When you're on a slight incline like this, I actually brought my Nemo switchback, like foam pad, and I kind of tripled and doubled it up, kind of like below, I guess right where my butt would be. So so all my body weight would be kind of level from my head down to there. And then my feet, my knees and legs would kind of like hang low a little bit. Hoping that works. While I'm here, I'll give you a little rundown of my gear. This is a Nemo Hornet 2-person. I got that a few years ago. I haven't used it much recently, in last year or so, because I've been hammock camping a lot, as you guys know. I did bring the hammock on this trip, but like I said earlier, I'm not allowed in Bryce Canyon National Park, so tenting it is. Show you some more of my gear I got. I mentioned the Nemo switchback pad. I also have this Nemo pad, Tensor. It's the regular wide. Has a decent R. It's not like the best R value. R value is like the temperature rating, what you will stay warm or cold at. I think it's like a 3 or 4, which is all right for here. It's supposed to be in the mid-30s tonight, kind of cold. But that Nemo switchback on the bottom I'll be fine. I'll be toasty. As far as quilt, I have my 0 degree rated enlightened equipment. I can't remember which one that's called. It's the one with the zipper foot box. This can actually unzip and become just a big giant blanket per se. But if you guys don't know how camping quilts work, they're great for hammock camping, but they work for tenting as well. But you see the zipper only goes up that far, essentially just your shins and feet. It kind of keeps your feet and shins warm, but the rest of this spreads out really wide, like a giant blanket. So you can kind of wrap it around your body and kind of tuck it on your sides on cold nights. But it's worked for me in the cold nights. Last night I slept in a tent back in the Moab desert, and it didn't get in the 30s, but it got in the low 40s, and I was toasty, so I should be fine tonight. I've got a pillow I haven't pumped up yet, but it's the Sea to Summit. Excuse me a second. It's one of these, yeah, that's terrible video, Terry. Sorry about that crazy crap. I might cut that out. But anyway, I have a pillow. It's a Sea to Summit. You just blow it up about 2 breaths and this thing's full. But it's a really, really, really good pillow. It's got like an outer liner you can wash. I think you can. I don't know. I haven't washed it yet. I've only used it a few times. But I'll blow that up when I lay down the night. The enlightened equipment quilt. It's just down. It's like 800 or 850 fill down. Super, super warm. Compresses really well. That's how you can put it in your backpack in such a small, you know, such a small bag like this. It just compresses down really well. But when you get it in, you fluff it up, get that down some lift, let that rest a bit while I go eat. My pack, I've done a video on my pack before. This is a ULA Circuit ultralight adventure equipment, I believe is what they're called. They're based out of, actually here in Utah. How about that? I never made that connection or never realized that yet. But yeah, I knew they were in Utah, but I think they're in northern Utah, like Ogden. I think that might be more north than here because I'm in extreme southern Utah. But yeah, that's camp. There's my food. Let's go eat over there somewhere. So I'm down at the food prep site. It's about a couple hundred yards at least from the campsite, which is way over there. Down that trail about 100 yards. Then my camp's another 100 yards up from that trail. But there's no wind at all tonight. Right now anyway. So there's no wind to bring the smell of food to a bear. But anyway, for those of you that don't really camp in bear country very often, I mean, I don't very often, but I've learned a lot about it. You're really supposed to eat. Don't eat at your campsite because the smell of your food draws bears in, and their smell is like I don't know how many, 7 times better than a bloodhound or something like that. Maybe a lot more. But anyway, they can smell really, really well. They can smell a whiff of your food from like a mile away. No joke. And they just follow the wind. Their nose is their eyes. So anyway, they they want you to cook your food away from your campsite. So if there is any smell in the air, if there was a wind, the bear would like, ooh, he would come over here instead of your camp. But I'm just doing a quick meal here. I'm not really cooking anything. I've already prepped it. I have a backpacker's pantry. It's mashed potatoes and beef. Haven't had it before, but looks pretty good. I put it in this homemade, I made this myself. It's like a sleeve made out of that Reflectix material. It kind of insulates it, keeps the heat inside. That way, while the food is hydrating, it's dehydrated. So you got to soak it in like 2 cups of water, or whatever the box calls for. This one called for 2 cups of boiling water, which I boiled right there on that, using this little titanium mug. But that's got to rest, like soak for like 15 minutes or so. It's been soaking for about 5 minutes, so I got another 10 minutes or so before I can eat it. But kind of bummed there's not much of a view here of the canyon from my site or the tent or the food area. But, you know, it's almost dark anyway. I got in here late, so I'll just crash tonight. Had a long day of driving from Moab, about 5 hours. I missed my turn, which made my trip go an extra half hour longer, which sucked, but oh well, I got here. Got a campsite in time, and I got hiked down to it, about a 1.5 mile hike. So GoPro kind of sucks at dark. It's getting dark now, so I'm not sure. I might give you an update later before I crash, but it'll be dark in my tent, but we'll see. Definitely see you in the morning. So I'm in the tent. Hopefully I don't look like a ghost or whatever. But hey, I want to show you guys inside the tent here. This Nemo Hornet 2-person. I mean, yeah. If it's a 2-person, you need to know your tent partner quite well, if you know what I'm saying. But it's great for 1 person because it has room for some of your gear and whatnot. But anyway, I wanted to show you this little hack job I did because as you can tell, I'm on this downward slope. But that Nemo switchback I showed you earlier, I have it underneath here. And if you look, I am flat up and then it drops off at my knees, which is pretty awesome because all my weight, my whole body weight is flat up here. So I don't think I'm going to be sliding downhill tonight. Hope not. We'll see. Anyway, here's a view outside my tent. You probably can't see jack. I'll try to light it up when I edit this. But yeah, it's pretty early. It's what time is it here? It is 8 o'clock p.m. in southern Utah. So my friends and family back home, it's about 11 o'clock your time. So I guess it is pretty late. But I drove for like 5 hours today. Plus I did that Canyonlands thing this morning, which I haven't told you guys about in this video, but that'll be another video coming. A Canyonlands drive I did in my Subaru Forester. But anyway, that's going to be it for the night. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Peace. So got the sunrise, got the sun rising over there. Here's my tent I just packed up. Well, I packed up everything inside of it so far. Got the full moon right back here. So my GoPro died on me this morning. So look at that sunrise. Isn't that great? So what I'm gonna do, man, it was so quiet here last night. I mean, as quiet as it is right now. Be silent for a second. This is how quiet it was all night long. It was so cool. If there were a mouse or a chipmunk or even a squirrel out here, I didn't hear it, let alone anything large. I mean, it was so calm and quiet. I slept so good. I had about 7 or 8 hours, I think. I woke up a few times to use the restroom, but man, that full moon back there really lit this place up all night. I mean, it was like there was a flashlight in my tent all night. Like, it just kept going, like, from over the sky, from over to where it's at now. But it was nice. I mean, I could, each time I got to use the restroom, I didn't need my headlamp. I mean, I could look around the woods, see if there's any animals near me. There wasn't. It was pretty cool. But I got everything packed up here. Now I just got to put the tent away and load up everything in my pack. I'm going to go down there and get my my bear canister with all my food, but I'm not going to eat yet this morning because I want to get over there to that canyon wall and watch that sunrise, or at least hopefully. So let's go. Okay, so we are back on the trail. Sun has risen, as you can see. I'm gonna hike down this trail though while I'm parked way up on top of that hill up there somewhere. It's about a 1.5 mile switchback getting up there. But Ranger told me at the intersection up here where I turned to come to my camp, if I keep going the other way, she said there were some really cool views down there. So let's give that a look this morning. Well, here you go. Here's some views of this part of Bryce Canyon National Park. If I can zoom in a little bit. A little more. The trail goes down that way and deeper into the valley. But I'm not going to walk down there. The point of this trip was just a quick in and out. I just wanted a place to camp, and I wanted to say I slept in Bryce Canyon National Park. Got an epic view behind us here. I'm actually going to head back to the car and head towards Zion because I've had good information from a couple of mountain biking guides I met the other day in Moab. There's an epic mountain biking trail. It's called the Navajo Loop Trail or something like that. It goes around a Navajo Lake Loop Trail. It goes around a lake. It's about 11-mile mountain. It's like a hiking and mountain biking trail, but apparently it's pretty awesome for mountain biking. There's like lava fields and views apparently. So I'm gonna go do that, find that this morning, get a plan for that. There will be a video on that as well. Then I got to get to Zion to get my backpacking permit for tomorrow night. I'm doing the West Rim Trail top down. And so I need to get that permit for that squared away. So yeah, one last look. Beautiful Bryce Canyon. So with the sun shining right on it at sunrise, you can kind of see how badly this whole area is just burned. The ranger told me this place was a good spot. I don't know, man. I kind of wish I had a better landscape to walk through to camp and back, but I don't know. Maybe the whole park's like this. But anyway, about a mile back to the car. I'll give you a post-op goodbye there. Okay, here's a view from almost the top, about a quarter mile from my car. I was camped way down there somewhere. By the way, I'm purposely behind this big tree because otherwise you won't be able to see anything. That sun is ridiculous, but pretty right now. Give you just a view of all the wildfire burn, man. As far as you can see. But with burns come new life. I mean, there's low growth everywhere. New trees sprouting up, new plants and bushes coming up. I'm pretty positive that's why it was so quiet down there last night. No wildlife, nothing to forage from, nothing to hunt. It was a nice, peaceful night. I'm thankful for that in this beautiful countryside. Well, I made it back to the car, about a mile and a half back up that trail. Trust me, it's a lot harder coming up than going down. This is kind of a multi-purpose trip, hiking, mountain biking, driving. So it's good to get some exercise in when I get it. But actually it's good training because after the Utah portion of this trip, when I'm heading back to Indiana, I'm going back through Colorado. I'm going to be spending a few days in Breckenridge with some friends doing some hiking there too. So I'll get a really good workout there. But as far as Bryce Canyon goes, as you can see, even up here on the main road, it's just a burn zone, man. But I'm glad I came. I can imagine this is an extremely beautiful country once it's not burned. The wildfires are a real thing. It's real life, and like I said earlier, wildfires breed new life as well. So hope you enjoyed the trip. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.